giant Metaluna mutant.
Oh, nice.
98 they came out with these.
That looks freaking great. From
Does that have
Danto
a date?
Studios.
Is there a date on there? I can't see. I don't know.
Hold it for 1 second. I don't see a date.
I'm pretty sure it was 98.
Okay. That's in great shape for 98, man.
Yeah, they're real. It's thick, that's why.
Mm-hmm. Of course, they got to because the head's huge.
Yeah, I think it's spilled about to. There's foam like up from here up.
Yeah, they got it. They have to do that with the Invasion of the Saucer Man. I don't know if you saw those new ones that Distortions Unlimited made, but whoa. Quite cool indeed.
Well, since you brought it up, maybe we should go over here.
I can't even believe it. Are you kidding me? Folks, it's the Saucer Man. Holy Toledo. Whoa. That's the one. That's the Distortions Unlimited and Saucer Man.
If he fit perfect right here, like it was meant to be, like
right in there.
Because these I use these magazine short boxes right here, and I always have this square back here, and he fits just perfectly back here.
Yeah, and it does matter. Like his shoes are obscured, but it doesn't matter because they're not important. And you know what I'm saying? They're the least important aspect of the statue.
So you didn't know that's what I was getting?
I had no idea. But the thing is that when you showed that Metaluna mutant, it triggered. I remembered what they were talking about when they were doing these heads originally, and they had to do it that way. You know, like thick cast, and then they, as you were saying, like the top half of the head, they filled with expanding foam or something. I don't. It was something to keep the head in its original shape.
Did you listen to the whole story about it? Like how they got this and everything? Like that's part of the actual original mold.
Right.
That they saved it from a flood. The house was about to get flooded. They had to hold it over the mold over their heads and cross a river to save this mold. When they got the mold, they had to do they had to fix it up a little bit, but it still retains some of the original sculptings on it.
Yes.
Like for one of the things I could tell you about this, the original mold didn't have these veins because the creator.
Yeah, it's Paul Blaisdell.
Okay, he wanted them to all be unique, each character. He didn't want each character to have the same vein in the same spot.
Exactly. Yeah, so he used a cake tube.
Yep.
There were strands of latex that went out, and it's absolute genius. Paul Blaisdell just created some of the greatest creatures of the 1950s, and this is one of the best that he ever made, and it's fantastic.
So this isn't the first time Distortions has made this. So they made it in the 90s, I believe, or early 2000s. I think it was
correct.
In the 90s. And everybody wanted it. People were going nuts for it, right? And yep. I think there was only one left, and the son of the Distortions guy had it. He had the last one. And Kurt Hammett went up, contacted him, and goes, "I want that. I'll give you whatever you want for that. You know, just let me get that." And I guess the kid told him no.
Wow.
He didn't sell it to him. He wanted to keep it.
Whoa. Well, that's a hardcore collector right there. A lover of that particular that creature. And of course, a lot of people, everybody loves the saucer man.
Oh, and then remember the other thing about this? You guys probably all know that he wasn't originally green. He was like orange.
Yes, and they have an orange version.
That was my biggest dilemma. I could have picked just the head and had him as a bust, or I could have picked the full body.
Yes.
That was my first dilemma that I had to choose from. And then the second one was, do I want him green so that he looks like the poster, or do I want him the original orange color that they actually were?
That they used in the film, right? But the thing is that you see, when you watch the film, you always think in turn, and you see the poster, of course, you always think that they're green.
Yeah.
You know, this is like, to me, that's what they really look like. You know,
that's where they got the phrase "little green men," right?
Right, exactly. So I think that you made the correct choice. I think the orange ones look good too. I've seen the website. As a matter of fact, you know what? I emailed them. I talked to one of the Distortions people because I was like, please tell me that you're going to make a mask and sell it. And they're not. They're not.
No, I don't. Your head wouldn't get through this part.
Well, they did originally.
Yeah, maybe they had something to cut up the back where they could get in.
Yeah, you do have to kind of mess with it in order to make it work, but they made it work. And I would definitely, it would be such a great freaking costume. Oh my God. And as it is a statue, it's fantastic. They did a great job with the costume, with the hands.
Yeah, so these hands were, they didn't have the mold to the original hands, so these were sculpted by Jordu.
Yeah, Jordu Shell. And he did a great job. Jordu is
awesome. I met him once. He was at my buddy's shop out here.
Oh, wow. They're great, man. He got the eyes perfectly. Eyes on the back of the hands. I loved it.
And he sculpted these gauntlets and the chest part.
Very well done. That is such a great addition to the store, man.
The rest of them is just like a kid's, almost like a spandex. Suit.
Yeah, I just watched that film not too long ago, about a month ago. It's still quite great. Frank Gorshin, of course, is in it.
It's great, yeah.
And it's just a great 1950s, sci-fi comedy. And Paul Blaisdell just made some of the greatest creatures for nothing. Paul Blaisdell was making these monsters, for all these low-budget productions with next to nothing for a budget. The guy had to improvise so much. And there's a great book called The Monster Maker, the Paul Blaisdell story. I highly recommend it. But that is fantastic. What a great addition to the store, man.
I've seen one just like all these crazy people have been talking about. I've seen one. And it's big and round and it glows and it gives off the funny noise like that.
Did you ever hear such a cock and bull story? Green men, spaceships.